When it started to come around and our student body was electric, staying out, and really much appreciate them. Appreciate the Buckeye Walk and their, once again, hanging in there when we saw that weather coming in. Also a tribute to our senior class. It's not a goodbye because we got a lot of ball ahead of us. It was an opportunity for our seniors to tip their hat to the crowd as fans in the land, and as important opportunity, which I thought the crowd was really classy, to say thank you to a group of players that if you just look at their performance, look at the way they live their lives, look at the way they represent this great university and represent their families with great honor and character and integrity, and that's the Ohio State that I've known since I've been a young person. So I'll answer your questions.
Front row right here, Rob.
Urban, can you describe two things? One, the transformation, the evolution of JT Barrett since he arrived, and what it was like him coming out, your emotions coming out for the last time in the stadium.
Yeah, it was first of all, I love JT, everybody knows that. His transformation, he's leaving a record-setting quarterback. But once again, my emotions were more for him to say goodbye to the crowd. We got a lot of stuff going on here. So it's certainly not a goodbye. When we say goodbye, it's going to be a tough one. But that was not a goodbye. That was a chance for him to tip his hat. And that's why I made that clear to our players to thank the crowd. And in return, I mean, I've been a lot of places where the crowd doesn't tip their hat back at him. And today was awesome. I mean, they did that, and it's well deserved.
Front row left, Bill.
How closely were you and your staff following the weather forecast in terms of the importance of having the start that you did? And secondly, you describe your defensive performance.
Yeah, it was the first time we were going to take the ball. They won the toss and deferred, but we were going to take the ball because we followed it really close, and I think 5:30 was when it was going to hit. And we wanted to have a dry ball and then also select a win in the third quarter, second half, but it worked out fine anyways. So we watched it really closely. Second part,
The defense. Your
defense was done. They did what they had to do.
Front row, Tim.
Urban, what's come over Mike Weber the last couple of weeks, number one, and number two, just as you watch your offensive line play now, what are you seeing from them? Obviously, we're second straight week for sure, they dominated.
Yeah, they're the most improved unit on our team, and the leadership, the cohesiveness of that group, led by the unit leader, Coach Stout, has been very noticeable. It was not the strength of our team a year ago, it's the strength of our team right now. And we all know that teams that go compete with what's coming up down the road, you have to have a powerful offensive line. So very proud of them.
And Weber, what's come over Weber?
Yeah, Weber's just 100% healthy, and he's running like a guy that we're bragging about him all summer. Then he had that tough injury, but he's doing very well.
Far left, Ari.
Urban, last few years you guys have had to play Michigan State in this slot before going on to Michigan, and then ultimately if you were going to, I mean, it's just a tough run. How important is it to have a game like this when you're trying to get back up into the eyes of the committee and, you know, confidence-wise and everything going into the, I mean, just to have a game where you could rest starters and do the things that you guys did tonight 2 weeks before having.
How important?
I mean, is it a big deal?
We've seen, or we've had pretty good performances against him the last couple of years when he played at Michigan State, and so I don't know. Our focus is on celebrate this win with your family and friends, and let's get back to business. As rivalry week. Say that 10 times. It's officially started.
One other quick one. Why, if you could take me into the decision making to put the starters back into the third quarter after the
Just touchdowns. I just didn't want it to turn into a clown show, which it looked like it for a minute, and I got a good wing and a lot of credit to bounce back like that.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban, you seem so intent all week about not letting any distractions, playoff talk, Big Ten race next week into let your team. But the East is a goal for you and getting back to Indianapolis. So does the team get a chance to celebrate that? How important is just a division title to you today?
Well, very important. However, we did celebrate it for a quick minute, and then that's over. Now it's time to put our laser lights on our rival.
Far left, Doug.
Urban, we know you always talk about wanting to play your best ball at the end of the season. Here you are going into Michigan week. How do you feel where your team is going into this game?
I love our focus. I love the fact the way we're practicing, and the word focus is intent. Focus is the mantra right now, and I like where we're at.
And Paris Campbell, we missed a couple games in the middle of the year there. Got him back involved in the offense. Just when you have that, what does that bring to you guys?
He's dynamic, and he hasn't played like that, but tells you that you have to practice. You know, why is Mike Weber playing so well? He's practicing so well. Why is Demetrius Knox? Who's Demetrius Knox? All of a sudden he's grading champions because he practiced so well. Paris is a perfect example. You want to hear people make comments, well, he'll be okay for game day. What does that mean? You know, that's not the way this works. He's got to practice to get where he's at. And he's practiced really well this week.
And last three over on the right, we're going to go Clay, Jared, and then Steve. Clay?
All three.
Just you first.
Are you aware that your rival lost today, and just how quickly did you make that pivot in the locker room?
Pretty quick, we celebrated the fan chance that we're going to go to Indianapolis, which is a goal every year. And then, yes, I was aware, and we dived right into the get ready to go.
Jared?
Urban, on a similar note, every year when you prepare a team for this week that's coming up here, it seems like the hype grows and grows and grows. How do you want your team to manage the week? Because you know what it's like. It's an insane, exciting week. How do you want your players to, maybe even the ones that haven't been through this before, to manage the hype and what all goes into it?
Well, there's not a template. It's because every team's different. You know, we know what we're doing. I'm going to evaluate that on Sunday and talk to our staff. I have some coaches never coached in this game yet either. So we have to coach the coaches through it. They're going to, you know, the facility changes tomorrow. Everything changes.
Okay.
And, but I'm going to monitor. I can't answer that question now because I want to see how they respond.
And final question, Steve?
Yeah, Coach, I know Paris Campbell's one of your favorite guys, and it seemed like in the first quarter, you guys came right out to get him the ball, get him involved, and he helped you set up, I think, first two touchdowns, I think he helped you set those up. Just, it seems like, is he back healthy now, and was there a concerted effort on your part to get him the football?
There sure was. Once again, it's because he's one of our best players, and secondly, practiced so well this week. When you know, last week he did not practice that well, you know, and so it wasn't that concerted effort. But it's what you see on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when you decide the game plan. He was outstanding.
Is he a guy that can help you do some big things here in the next 2 weeks if he's full go?
Oh, I think he's one of our best players. Yeah, he has that ridiculous. That reverse was ridiculous effort, and yeah, he's a dynamic player.
Great.